Hello and welcome to Top Sniffs. I'm Matt. Cheers for that click. Hope you're doing well. So I want to share my recent discovery with you. I was going over a local fragrance discounter and a bottle caught my eye and intrigued me. Here's a box of it. It's from Bijan. I've not got anything from these guys before. It's got a funky, almost like a little face with a sort of mouth smiling at you from it. This is a 75ml bottle with eau de toilette sort of presentation. Interesting box, but this is a bottle. This has already caught my eye. There it is. I mean, look at that. Never seen anything like that for a perfume bottle. Absolutely stunning. You've got a nice sort of frosted glass. You've got a really heavy plastic cap. It almost looks like the ones that go on the sort of side of a curtain rail pole. Nice gold atomizer, sprays quite well. But yeah, that's what really caught my eye and intrigued me. I read the note listing and I thought, that sounds quite interesting. So I got it in, I've worn it a few times and I'm quite impressed with it. Let me run you some of the notes. It's got a load of notes. Imagine any note you could have in a fragrance, this has probably got it in it. So I'll run you what I think I can smell from it. At the top, oak moss, sage and nutmeg. In the mid, carnation, fern, tarragon, honey and rose. And at the base, clove, rosemary, vetiver, patchouli and musk. But I get a lot more fragrance. There's a lot more notes than that, but these are the ones that I tend to sort of get from this fragrance more than the other ones anyway. It was released in 1981 and then re-released in 1987, so it's from that 1980s old school type fragrance. It's classified as oriental, but personally I'm sort of count this as a more of an aromatic fougere. It's more of that sort of fresh, sort of citrus, herbal notes, and there's a sort of spicier, sweet notes in it for me. The opening of this is really nice. It's very fresh, it's very fizzy, it's very sparkly. Lots of green herbal notes in it. It's very light and just bounces straight off your skin. It's really nice, very uplifting, very fresh. It is a sort of classic fougere 80s style with the floral notes, the rose and the carnation in the mid. It has got a lovely dry vetiver in it, and obviously the rose and the floral notes come through. As it dries down, you get more of the clove and rosemary notes that come out, and it has got almost slightly exotic lemongrass note to it. So it is definitely old school and 1980s, but still very fresh and very wearable. It's got some lovely patchouli at the base with some musk as well, so that's what really sort of shines through in about 2 or 3 hours after you put it on your skin. It is an old school fragrance, but I do feel it's been reformulated a bit. So either to make it a bit more modern or because of restrictions in what sort of ingredients they can use in this perfume. It is fresher and probably a little less sort of stronger than it was originally in the 1980s, but I think it just makes it that little bit more wearable. It does remind me of another fragrance I have, which is Azaro Pour Homme. So they are, I would say, similar. I'd say they're sort of cousins almost. This is a sort of classic, well-dressed, 1980s style, suited and booted, you know, red braces almost, business yuppie, works at the stock market. This is his sort of younger cousin who's been away on a gap year, travelled around Asia, started yoga, and then came back and opened up his own sort of organic farm almost. So they are similar, but they are different enough to, I think, own and enjoy. This one is definitely a lot more sort of fresher, herbal, cleaner and greener. Not as sort of potent and strong as this one, but really nice to wear. The performance on this is quite interesting. You put it on your skin, you think it's quite light and quite fresh and not as strong, but it will last for a good 7 to 8 hours on your skin. It'll project really nicely. So it does last a day of work, and I put it on one day, obviously got it on my shirt, got ready the next day, and I could still smell this coming off my shirt quite strongly. So even though it doesn't smell particularly strong, it does hang around for quite some time. So it has a nice sort of sillage to it. Absolutely lovely, works really well. So if you like the Azzaro pour on, you like the more sort of old school fragrances, definitely give this one a go, because it does have something to offer, and it is that sort of fresh, lighter, more aromatic version of it. It works well. Price wise, this was under £20, so obviously the look of the bottle I couldn't really resist because it looks absolutely stunning, and I thought for less than £20 I thought, yeah, I'll give it a go for that. So definitely worth a try, and I'm very glad I got it, because I think this is going to be a great one for work and just sort of daily wear. Season wise, I would say this is most of the year. I mean, definitely springtime, spring, summer, fantastic, but any other time, I think it's going to work well. If you've got a mature taste in fragrance, or you're north of 30, go for it. If you're not too keen on the sort of old school carnation, sort of green herbal note ones, probably leave it. But for me, really nice, and very glad I've got it in the collection. But no, absolute stunner, really is. Very surprised, and yeah, just love the bottle. Wonderful. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Matt. You've been watching Top Sniffs. Cheers.